Hello, my name is Thomas Jefferson. I was born on April 13th, 1743 in Shadwell, Virginia. Let me tell you a little bit about my life. I loved exploring. I filled tons of notebooks with facts on animals and insects. I think that kind of stuff is so cool. I played violin too. My best friend was Dabney Carr. I was very shy and serious as a kid. I was the oldest of 10 kids. Hi, big brother. My mom's name was Jane Randolph. She was extremely rich and had tons of land. My dad's name was Peter Jefferson. He was extremely poor until he met my mother. He had a neglected education growing up. He grew up to become a planter. My dad died in 1757 and my mom died in 1776. My education was taken extremely seriously. I was rich, therefore I was in privileged classes. My education asked me to become a lawyer or landowner. I wanted more than that. I chose to learn Latin and Greek. I loved Greek and Latin poetry. I read law, was an expert in science, law, philosophy, and math. I learned 6 to 7 languages. Some may say I was an obsessive student. I went to college when I turned 17. I went to the College of William and Mary. I was more eager to learn than ever. One of my teachers was George Wythe. He was a big influence on my life. I'm George Wythe, and let me tell you, Thomas loved to learn. I was his math teacher, and I spent time talking with him about math and science. After college, I had many jobs. My first job title was Virginia Legislator. I got that job in 1769. My next job was being part of. When I had that job, I wrote the Declaration of Independence. I had that job for 1 year, from 1775 to 1776. Next, I was governor of Virginia. Many criticized me for not defending after a British attack. Next, I was the representative of the House of Burgesses. I did a lot during that job. I helped draft protests to Parliament, but since we wrote so down. During that period of time when we were shut down, a few of us met in secret. I participated in the Boston Tea Party when the House opened again. My last job before I was president was vice president. I was vice president for John Adams in 1796. We got in by 3 votes. Hello, I'm Martha Wales Skelton. Thomas Jefferson was born in Lancaster, England on October 19th, 1748. I was already a widow at the very young age of 24. I had hazel eyes, auburn hair, and I was considered quite skinny. Music was one of my hobbies, just like it was one of Jefferson's hobbies. We got married in New York on New Year's Day, 1748. I died at the age of 34 on September 6, 1782. I wasn't there to see my husband become president. In 1800, I decided to run for president. I chose Aaron Burr as my vice president. We were part of the Democratic Republican Party. I ran against John Adams. The election was a tie in the House of Burgesses, President of the United States of America. On March 4th, 1801, I had my inauguration. Nothing too great happened during my inauguration. I just gave a speech, swore in, and that was about it. When I walked into the White House, it was just how I wanted it. It was very sophisticated. Maps, globes, charts, and books decorated all the rooms. I planted a lot of. I had a pet mockingbird to keep me company since my wife was dead. During my presidency, I reduced national debt by 1/3. One of many things I did was the Louisiana Purchase in 1803. I doubled the U.S. in size. I launched Lewis and Clark's expedition too. I did much more, but those are highlights. In my retirement, my kids happily welcomed me home. Welcome home! I wrote 16,000 letters in my retirement. I received 26,000 letters. I was retired for 17 years until I died on July 4th, 1826, the same day as John Adams. I died. Facts about me would be that I had slaves, built my dream house, gardened, invented the folding chair, swivel chair, and Lazy Susan. And I was the first to be inaugurated in Washington, D.C. That was the story of my life. So, bye. Bye. See ya. So long. Bye-bye. Goodbye.